Who really speaks for the British people anymore? That question, uncomfortable yet unavoidable, hung heavy in the air following the latest Prime Minister's questions, when Nigel Farage didn't just show up. He detonated a political truth bomb that left the Labour front bench scrambling. His presence alone was enough to knock Keir Starmer off balance. But it wasn't just theatre, it was substance. Farage went for the jugular, targeting Labour's decades-old blind spots and exposing the party's enduring failure to provide coherent, principled answers on matters most vital to ordinary citizens. Let's not sugarcoat it. Labour has grown complacent. Under Starmer's calculated, almost robotic leadership, the party has traded bold policy for ambiguity, conviction for caution, and purpose for poll-tested sound bites. On the NHS, a sacred institution in British life, Labour had the perfect chance to reinforce their moral authority. But instead of seizing it, they waffled. Farage, on the other hand, made it clear Reform UK supports free healthcare at the point of delivery. No hedging, no doublespeak, just clarity. And in that moment, the Labour leader blinked. The discomfort among Labour MPs was palpable. Farage wasn't just making noise. He was speaking directly to the disillusioned millions, those who feel the system has abandoned them, who believe politics have become a revolving door of elites swapping places while nothing fundamentally changes. The NHS is not a minor issue. It's a heartbeat of this nation. That Labour still dances around a clear stance while flotations with insurance models quietly leak into discourse is both cowardly and dangerous. But Farage didn't stop there. He pivoted to the economy with a real story. Jim Wire, a 99-year-old World War II veteran from Clecton, now struggled to afford heat in winter after losing his fuel allowance. And what is the government doing instead? Burning billions on military hardware with no defined goal, as if honoring defense contractors matters more than honoring the men who actually defended the country. If Labour cannot even stand firm in the face of that moral contradiction, what exactly does it stand for? And here's where Starmer's leadership really collapsed. Instead of answering, instead of countering with facts or alternative solutions, he deflected. He tried to mock Farage for not knowing where Clecton is, a cheap line that reeked of elitist snobbery. This wasn't a witty retort. It was a full-scale surrender. Voters weren't watching a leader in command. They saw a man exposed, unprepared, uninspired, and dangerously out of touch with the raw, lived reality of everyday Britons. Farage didn't win that exchange because he's loud. He won because he's asking the questions no one else dares to ask. Why are we still punishing pensioners with benefit cuts while writing blank checks to foreign wars? Why can't Labour articulate a firm position on healthcare? Why does political leadership still feel like a closed club where the rules only apply to outsiders? Now, let's address the electoral controversy that erupted over the cancellation of local elections in areas where Reform UK was gaining ground. It is laughable to pretend this is business as usual. Essex and Norfolk, battleground by any metric, saw votes pooled despite Reform polling ahead. Whether due to logistics or technical delays, the outcome is clear. Reform UK was shut out. That is not democracy functioning. That is democracy faltering. And here's the hard truth the political class refuses to face. Every time they dismiss Farage's criticisms without scrutiny, they validate them. When elections vanish without transparent justification, it feeds the narrative, rightly or wrongly, that the system is rigged. The establishment is sowing the seeds of public distrust by treating these incidents like mere administrative footnotes. They are not. They are sirens blaring at full volume. Critics will say Farage is exploiting the situation. That is manufacturing outrage. But what they fail to understand is this. People are outraged, not because Farage told them to be, but because they've lived too long under governments, both Labour and Tory, that promise transformation and deliver only stagnation. Farage's genius lies not in fabricating anger, but in voicing it. His appeal is not just political, it's emotional, it's psychological. He taps into the betrayal people feel. The betrayal of being told they're racist for caring about immigration. The betrayal of being told they're selfish for questioning NHS backlogs. The betrayal of working a lifetime only to retire in poverty while MPs vote themselves raises. Reform UK doesn't need to manufacture discontent. The political establishment did that all on its own. If Labour cannot provide answers now, when it faces a fractured Tory party, a cost of living crisis, and an open goal for economic reform, then when will it? Starmer's failure to rise to this moment is not just a missed opportunity. It's a damning indictment of his leadership. He has all the credentials of power, but none of the courage. This is not a defense of Farage's entire platform, but it is a recognition of what he represents: disruption. And disruption is exactly what British politics needs. It's no longer enough to coast on legacy loyalty or tribal allegiances. The public wants authenticity. They want answers. And if Labour can't provide them, then Reform UK, or any party willing to speak the truth plainly, will take their place. The Labour Party has one choice now: adapt or collapse. The age of complacency is over. The electorate is wide awake. And as Farage just proved, if you come unprepared, you will be exposed.